You're watching ChillyBoy Productions. I'm Larry, ChillyBoy Chilson, and tonight I thought I'd do a quick little live stream for my B-Day. That's right, it's my birthday. Another year older. Not a damn lick wiser, though. But I'm here, hoping somebody shows up to maybe have a fun little time tonight. Don't have any other plans on my birthday. That's kind of what happens when you're old as dirt like me and your birthday lands on a Wednesday. You got a damn job to be at early in the morning on a Thursday. Yeah, the party and all that kind of mess that you do is gonna happen on the weekends, either before, after, or otherwise. But on your actual B day, well, maybe you hit the live button and see who's around to talk to and have some fun. But I want to first say thank you to everybody who continues to support this channel. It really means a lot to me. I really appreciate everybody who continues to support this little endeavor of mine. And I hope we have a lot of fun still to come here at ChillyBoy Productions. I mean, I guess we'll see. Who knows how long this mess will last? I don't know. But my t-shirt, I thought it was nice and apt for the day, made in the 90s. Well, because I in fact was made in the 90s. Hi Josh, thanks so much for stopping in. I appreciate it. And it's so great to see you at a live stream like this. So I kind of thought the idea of this live would be, since it is my birthday, it's also International Women's Day, so I am honored personally to share a day of birth with International Women's Day. There are so many women I love and so many women I look up to, both in my life and in media. But I thought it would be fun to just kind of go over some of my favorite things in movies, in TV, characters, pop culture, celebrities, all of the pop culture type of stuff. Just kind of go through some categories, talk about my favorites, my number one picks for those. And if there are folks in the chat, go ahead, leave your suggestions on anything you might want to hear my top picks for in the chat off to the side, and we will discuss those. So today we're just here to kind of shoot the breeze and discuss some of my favorite things. Now, y'all didn't come here to hear me sing. That's for damn sure. I promise. That's enough of that. No more singing. But I guess we'll just kick things off with one of the memes I've been seeing going around, one of those little challenges people have been doing over on Twitter specifically. And I just want to start off with my favorite female characters, my favorite female fictional characters at that. Well, if you know me at all, you know who my favorite female character is, and that is Storm from the X-Men. If we want to say favorite female animated characters, that's the other one I've been seeing. Storm from the X-Men. Both in the comic books, in the live action films, in all of the animated series. Storm is basically like probably my favorite fictional superhero for sure. She's number one when it comes to superheroes. But certainly she's one of my favorite fictional characters, period. Her powers are amazing. Her persona is beautiful. I love me some Storm. So outside of Storm, also I have to say I love Wonder Woman, particularly Gal Gadot's portrayal of the character, but of course Linda Carter, the animated versions of that, and the comic book versions. I love Wonder Woman. She's my favorite DC hero, and definitely up there for my favorite female fictional characters. Otherwise, clearly, Hello, the House of Targaryen represent Daenerys Targaryen. Probably my favorite television character of all time. Certainly heading into season 8 of Game of Thrones. I just felt a really deep connection to Daenerys. I loved her. I adored her. I still adore her. And yeah, she's easily my favorite Game of Thrones character. Song of Ice and Fire, period. Whether it's the books, the show, any of it. Um, and an extension of that, I guess I could say Rhaenyra. I do really enjoy Rhaenyra, but she's not quite on my Danny level. Sorry, girl. Sorry, girl. If you know me, you also know I love the Golden Girls, and really all four of them could make this list, but we're going to talk about my spirit Golden Girl right here, and that is Dorothy Zbornak. I love me some Dorothy. She is me in old lady form, which I am me in old lady form. But a list of favorite female fictional characters is not complete without Miss Dorothy. Hi, View with Drew. Thank you so much for stopping in. Right now, I'm just giving some of my favorite female characters, favorite female fictional characters. To kick us off, if you have any suggestions on topics you'd like to hear, just drop them in the comment section. And also drop your favorite fictional female characters in the comments. There are so many amazing ones that we could probably be here all day just talking about amazing female characters. Let's be honest. But yeah, those are the ones that initially pop off on the top of my head. Of course, there are people like Xena Warrior Princess that I adore, Buffy Summers, Sydney Prescott, Laurie Strode. There are just so many amazing female characters. Furiosa when it comes to live action. Now, when it comes to animation, that's another story. Obviously, as I said on the start of things, Storm, particularly from the 90s animated X-Men series. Number one all time, Storm takes the cake, okay? But other female animated characters that I adore. Let's see. This one. Oh, well, I guess if we're talking both film and television, Moana and Belle, probably my top two favorite Disney princesses. Actually, there's a lot of Disney princesses that could easily go down on this list. But just off the top, I'd say Belle and Moana. They're both headstrong, both wonderful role models for girls and boys alike. And I love them. So, yes, probably Coraline. She's a little bit of a brat, but in all the best ways possible. Ursula, a fun villain, a nice female villain that just totally steals the show, really, right from under Ariel's flippers, huh? I always loved, now this is a really random one, y'all. It's a little bit random, but I always loved Liza Thornberry from the Wild Thornberries because she can freaking talk to animals. Like, come on. How awesome is that power? Really? But yeah, I'm like, who else is animated out there? I don't know why. I thought this one actually would be easier, but it turns out to be harder to think of my favorite animated female characters. Hmm. Hi, Luke. Thanks so much for stopping by. Currently, I'm just listing off my favorite female characters for International Women's Day. But if you have any topics you'd like to hear my faves in, go ahead and drop those in the chat, or you can also drop some of your favorite female characters of all time. So yeah, I would say that is about it when it comes to my fave female characters. Selena Kyle, all that. I there's just so many. Like I said, we could be here all day. Horror icons for days, superheroes. We could even get into, like Katie Herring from Mean Girls or Miranda Priestley from freaking The Devil Wears Prada. Oh, have you seen the movie Sex Drive? It's one of my favorite comedies. I just watched it for the first time recently. Oh, I have not seen Sex Drive. And if you're a fan of me, and if you're a friend of mine, a friend of the channel, you'll know we are all about the thirst over here. So, seeing a title like Sex Drive seems like a movie I ought to check out. Um, but no, I have not seen it, but certainly one I'll be adding to the watch list moving forward. Thanks, Luke. Now, this is a weird question for anybody that is watching. Do you have like a go-to birthday movie? Like a movie you watch every year on your birthday? We all have those kind of like the month of December, Christmas movies, or leading up to October, Halloween and horror films that we like to get into the mood for Halloween. Other people have like comfort movies that they watch at certain times of the year. Does anyone have a tradition that they just watch a certain film every year on their birthday? I personally don't, but I'm just interested to see, does anybody have one? If I were to have one, what would it be? Um, it would probably be something like Beauty and the Beast. I'm not going to lie. If you've seen my series, I did a whole list here of my top 50 favorite animated films of all time. That list already would be jumbled up at this point because so many great animations have come out since I released that top 50. But Beauty and the Beast is my favorite animated film of all time. I absolutely adore it. It's kind of just my comfort movie, in honesty. I just can watch it at any given moment. And yeah, what better than like your comfort film to watch on your birthday and to make you smile or make you cry if that's what you want to do. But yeah. Also be looking out. We usually do thirst tournaments. Again, back to Luke's comment here, talking about some sex drive. Usually my Twitter tournaments are about hot and sexy actors. I actually just did that live stream recently to decide the last one. But the next hot and sexy tournament is actually going to be a best animated films of all time tournament. So I'm going on about Beauty and the Beast, but next up is going to be best animated films of all time. So if you have any suggestions, hit them up. Let me know. I'm gonna be voting for Beauty and the Beast all the way through. So hello, Risa. Thank you so much for stopping by. Oh, Hannah. Hello. Thank you for stopping by. It's been It Chapter 2 and Tenet, and of course, Birds of Prey. Now, let me just do a quick ranking of Hannah's comfort movies, real quick. Number 1, Birds of Prey. Number 2, It Chapter 2. Number 3, Tenet. That's my ranking. Y'all did Birds of Prey dirty. Okay, speaking of, International Women's Day, y'all did Birds of Prey dirty. It deserves so much better. Harley Quinn, another fantastic female character that would go near the top in my favorite female characters, and Black Canary in that movie as well. I still want that Black Canary series. I'm waiting. Vaslov and WB probably gonna keep playing, to be honest. But yeah. Now, when it comes to like favorite film of all time, I wanted to do a top 50 like live action since I did a top 50 animated. It just never happened for one reason or the other. But I waver so much. That one is so hard. Really listing off your favorite things of all time is difficult. But for most of my life, this might be a shocker. I feel like people are always stunned when I say this because I don't know. I guess I don't give off a Star Wars vibe. I guess I don't give off a mega Star Wars fan vibe to folks. but it would be Empire Strikes Back is probably my number one, probably my fave. Um, and yeah, people just get so shocked when I say that. It's for sure my fave sci-fi, probably my fave fantasy too. I don't know where people come down on that debate. Some folks are real passionate when it comes to classifying Star Wars as a sci-fi or as a fantasy. Some folks, they come down on either side of the debate and they'll fight for their lives. And it's like, look, bro, putting a genre on a film is not so serious. Can we chill out a little bit? Thank you. But I love Empire. Yoda has always been my favorite Star Wars character. Obviously, he's introduced in Empire. He has an amazing role in Empire. It's dark. It ends on a sour note. Like, you're like, oh, damn, we lost. It has the best reveal in cinematic history. It introduces Imperial March. Everything about it, amazing. Also, it's just like a leveled up version of Star Wars: A New Hope. So yeah, that's my favorite film of all time. Speaking of some of these other categories, there was one that I just had in my head, and now I'm like, well, shit. Favorite comic book movie of all time? Probably. Oof. I don't know. That one is really hard. I can't do favorite comic. See, this is why I can't be doing a damn favorite live action movies of all time, because I'm like, I can't even rank the comic book movies. I can rank, like, if you give me smaller subsets, I can tell you my favorites. Like favorite MCU Marvel, I can give you that. Favorite non-MCU Marvel, I can give you that. DC, we can work with all of these things, but all of them together, they're just so hard to even compare to me, honestly. Mm-mm. Let's see, favorite romance. I know I just did this on the channel, but didn't nobody care about that short. I'm telling you now. And honestly, I don't blame them. Who's talking about romance on a goddamn Valentine's Day? Okay, look, I thought I was gonna be all cute with it. My old black-hearted self. Suddenly, I want to be cute with it and talk about favorite romances on a Valentine's Day. That shit deserved to flop. My favorite romance, though, is a heartbreaker. It's still Call Me by Your Name, y'all. I'm sorry. I know it's problematic. I know people got a problem, but it's got a stranglehold on me now and forever. It just is what it is. I'm sorry. Whoop. Mm, it's number one on my worst comic book movies of 2022 list. That's where it ranks number one. It's also my least favorite. Jared Leto comic book film. That's right, I said it. I think Morbius is worse than the Suicide Squad. Or Suicide Squad. I think it's worse. Obviously, I think it's worse than, Zack Snyder's Justice League. Morbius is the bottom, y'all. Morbius is the bottom beach. It's true. It's true. Lord heaven, look. Why does this StreamYard not want to hide the people's comments? What's really going on? Let's see. Favorite horror film for me? The Exorcist. It always will be. I know some people think it's overhyped. I know a few people think it's like boring or whatever. No, that shit's for the birds, y'all. The Exorcist is iconic for a reason, because those effects hold up to this day. The just craftsmanship of that film is amazing and flawless. The script is great. The horror aspects are fantastic. Everything about The Exorcist is still amazing to me. It's still my favorite. Favorite slasher? Well, come on. It's Scream. The OG Scream is my favorite slasher. And I don't know if it'll ever be trumped, to be honest with you. It's my childhood. I remember watching Scream growing up at like little sleepovers I did at my cousin's house. And I was so young. Y'all, I was watching Crazy-ish growing up. Poltergeist was my first ever like favorite movie. You know how most kids they put on cartoons and just watch them over and over and over again. When I was that little, I was putting on the Poltergeist and watching it over and over and over again. So, at like what 6, 7, 8 years old, here I was like living for Scream, y'all. Ghostface was the icon of the 90s. And as a baby of the 90s, I was here for it. Favorite X-Men besides Storm? Ooh. Um, it used I waver. I go back and forth just a little bit. The movies really had me effed up as a kid. That's the problem. And they really kind of like got me to love Wolverine, who I always loved because I love that little squirrely thing. But then the comic books did this weird relationship with Wolverine, Logan, and Aurora Storm. Like, no, 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 no. Listen, that's a horrible relationship, first of all. I don't know why they ever thought, let's put Wolverine and Storm together. I hated it. And low key, it made me not like Wolverine as much. So it's not Wolverine anymore. He's still probably third. Number 2, though, we're sticking with the women. That's the thing, is X-Men, the women run this ish. Let's just be clear. My number 2 is Rogue, especially being a fan of the 90s animated show. Rogue was it, y'all. Our Southern Belle badass, Miss Rogue. That white streak was fierce. She was fierce. Everything about it, great. And I find her power just so interesting. And the movies had something there, like with the ideology of her, really how heartbreaking her power is, not being able to touch folks. But making her give it up and all that. I mean, we needed her to evolve past that. You know what I'm saying? Sookie's Stackhouse girl. Come on now. Embrace the Southern badass beach from within. And she just never did. So we were sitting there like, oh, okay. Oh, Hannah. Look. You see Hannah be coming out with these little classics. Too bad that last Black Christmas was so goddamn dreadful. The one from the 2000s, have you seen that one? Like, it's not good. But I think, is it, oh shoot, is it as dang? No, maybe I don't have it anymore. I used to have the 2000s one, or maybe it's, look at me over here on live stream bopping around. I used to have it. And I didn't think I got rid of like any of my damn Blu-rays and DVDs ever. But apparently I did, because it is not here. So I don't know where it is, but I used to have the DVD of that old 2000, what was it, 2006 Black Christmas with Dawn from Buffy. Is it Michelle Trachtenberg? Not good, but ridiculous fun. Best horror remake of all time for me. Who I would say, I don't know. I think the Hills Have Eyes remake was actually quite good. I liked the Texas Chainsaw remake from 2003, though it doesn't touch the OG Texas Chainsaw still. No, there was another one. The Thing remake was really good as well. But yeah, that might be it for me when it comes to horror remakes. Now, I know there's one that I was like, ooh, this actually stomps the original. Sorry, not sorry, and I can't think of it right now. Not off the top of my head, at least. But man, Tyler and his little fave, Lord. Well, Evil Dead, I did like the Evil Dead remake, even though it went in a completely different direction. I liked that it went in a very different direction, and I am hyped, so hyped for that new Evil Dead movie this year. Like, Yes, 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 yes. Well, hello. Thank you so much for dropping in. Dawn of the Dead or Little Shop of Horrors. Good picks. Good picks. Yes, Evil Dead. That's it, baby. See, the thing. Mm-hmm. Oh, Suspiria. Suspiria is a good one. That's one that I think is probably better than the original. It is what it is. And Evil Dead, I won't say is better than the original, because I don't think it's better, but it again, it just takes on a whole new face, and I like that darker, gorier face. Yes. Now I'm just wondering, has there been any movie that's actually been improved, going from animation to live action? Sorry, we started talking about remakes, and it made me think of that god awful idea of doing a How to Train Your Dragon in live action. And just look, I forgot to make a damn little short about it because I'm 100% against the idea of making a live action How to Train Your Dragon, y'all. We do not need it. Do you understand me? And I'm sick to my stomach that they would even touch my toothless. He's like, y'all, you can't. Like, there is no way you're gonna make a live action that is cuter than my animated boy Toothless. It's not gonna happen. And I love dragons. Again, clearly, House Targaryen, rise up, please. But no, we already have enough live action dragons anyway. The Jungle Book, that's definitely a good one. That's definitely up there. And I actually like Mowgli better in the live action. Because when you go back and watch that animated Jungle Book, Mowgli is a brat, y'all. He is a little, ooh, almost like Bagheera. If you don't whip out them claws and just bat his head a few times, Lord. Um, when it comes to the Disney ones, actually Pete's Dragon, but let's just be clear, Pete's Dragon was only somewhat um animation is a little bit of a hybrid, but I actually think the David Lowery one is actually much better than the OG Disney Peach Dragon. Let's just be very clear on that. Well, hello, Dominician. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Oh, look at the little cake. I got my little vegan cupcake today. TMNT and the first Transformers. Oh my. Which TMNT? um I'll give you the first Transformers. I'll give you the first Transformers. Um, we all you. I know Hannah was like a stan of that Michael Bay. Look at Tyler talking about all these Michael Bay properties, even though I think he's talking about the '90s. Listen, but I know Hannah's a damn stan with that TMNT. Look, I know the people are mad about that new little trailer for the animated one because God forbid they put little black girl as April, and then they are swinging in the damn streets trying to say that she wasn't black in the old school days. Okay, say what you want, people, but time to get them eyes checked. I think I'm the one getting old, y'all, but there's a lot of you that needs to get the eyes checked. Oh, okay. The first two. The first two. Okay, yeah, Vanilla Ice. All right, we back in my school, my old days, my stomping grounds back in the '90s. The Tyler said, Hannah and that Michael Bay step to the side, please. We're not talking about the mutants, the real mutants, the oversized turtles with the weird nostrils. We're talking about the turtles with the teeth and the rubber suits back in the day, y'all. What's everybody? All right, we're just gonna go a whole decade. Everybody in the chat, since I am a baby of the '90s, let's do some '90s talk here. Hannah, I know that you were not even alive, okay? But just please bear with us, elderly. Okay, it's time. We're going in the way back machine. We're taking a trip to the old folks' home real quick to the museum, and we're talking about the '90s. Top 5 favorite films from the '90s, the whole decade, any genre, any walk of life. For me, well, I already talked about it. It's gonna have to be Beauty and the Beast. Ooh, this is hard because y'all know I'm an animation nut. Like, I love animation, and obviously, the Disney Renaissance dominated the 90s. So it's Beauty and the Beast and The Lion King have to make my top five. Have to, period. There's no way those two films are not getting included. I already talked about it, but Scream has to make my top five. There is no way around it. It's top five material. Favorite film of the 90s. Probably Silence of the Lambs would be number 4. And if we were talking, oh, duh, and Jurassic Park, what the F, Larry? Duh? Yeah, so that's probably my 5. Beauty and the Beast, The Lion King, Jurassic Park, Scream, Silence of the Lambs. If we were talking about pure quality, Schindler's List would obviously be in contention. But, you know, when you're talking about faves, it's hard to list. It's hard to list Schindler's List as the fave because it's like, damn, I have to put myself through damn weeks of therapy to get through a damn Schindler's List. But, yes, look, Friday, the only Friday and next Friday, the first two, Chef's Kiss, top tier comedies. Fight me, I don't care. I think actually next Friday is my personal fave. So that's just me. Amanda, thank you so much. Thanks for dropping by. If y'all want to be traumatized on this International Women's Day by a woman, go ahead and watch Amanda's latest video about the Best Picture nominees ranked. You can see my Best Picture nominees ranked here on the channel. I've already done the ranking. I did it pretty early because I had seen them when it came out. Amanda's list is interesting. It's interesting. But I love you, Amanda. That's why we love you, girl. That's why we give you all the heat, because we love you. The Big Lebowski. Look, The Faculty, underrated horror icon. You hear me? Underrated horror icons here. My girl, Famke Janssen. I used to have the biggest crush on Famke, and it came from The Faculty and obviously X-Men. Love it. The Fifth Element, obviously, iconic, amazing. Boom. T2, Jurassic Park, Scream, Titanic, and Goodfellas. I mean, you can't go wrong with anyone on that list, can you? No. I mean, that's a look. I'm just saying, the 90s had iconic stuff. Pie, like fucking the pie, American Pie. Is that what you're talking about? Pie. Friday is still the funniest. I mean, Friday. Friday has some of the most iconic lines. That's for dang sure. Who is your favorite actor cast as a superhero? Mine is Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Ooh, Hugh Jackman is definitely up there. I mean, I'm a simp. So how could I go with anything other than Chris Hemsworth as Thor? It wasn't my introduction to Chris Hemsworth, but it was pretty early in my development of my love for Chris Hemsworth. So come on now. I gotta go with Chris Hemsworth as Thor as my favorite casting for an actor as a superhero. Tremors, another horror classic from the 90s. It doesn't get the love it deserves. Yeah. Girl, hi Jackie. Thank you so much for dropping in and saying hello. I got there, but surprisingly not as much as I thought. Look, we were at over 10 drinks for me. But you know, we didn't have any mishaps. We didn't have too much mess. So I would say it was okay. Forrest Gump, all right. It's a very divisive film these days. Back in the day, Forrest Gump was, like universally loved. 2023, not as much. Ooh, 12 Monkeys, The Usual Suspects, The Craft. Oh, The Craft. Yes. So many great, how could I forget Clueless? Hello? Clueless? Are you kidding? I mean, yeah, the 90s. Look, we know how to dip and do the thing in the 90s, okay? Yeah, it's just too many. Look, I've never seen Pie. I'm sorry about it. Okay. I didn't never heard nor seen of a film Pie. Isn't Pie like the number just PI though? Like Secret Life of or The Life of Pi, the Ang Lee film, isn't it just PI? Oh, well, thank you, darling. Thank you. Look, see, Clueless, yes, Toy Story, Matrix, Pulp Fiction, Men in Black. I mean, okay, Henry Cavill is Superman. We didn't get much of him. I really wish Henry Cavill as Superman had gotten more time to be there, you know? Mrs. Doubtfire, a classic. This was like the run. Oh, speaking, all right, so we got this and then we got Bound here. But Mrs. Doubtfire and Bound, how can I forget to mention The Birdcage? Y'all, my beloved, The Birdcage. Honestly, so many great queer films. Bound, The Birdcage. We had The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Yes, there is just, there's some, we were eating good, y'all. We were eating good with these drag and these queer movies in the 90s. I know they didn't come to the forefront because, the folks were still scared, but we had that good. Well, shoot, we could even move all this to the side. We talked about The Craft. How about Heathers? All the gay icons were coming up. Is on the list of films you must see before you die. Okay. I'll write it down. I've got a couple now that I have to like pencil in over here. Oh, okay, Hannah. Now let's not do too much. You see, I mean, I guess at least she said that about Henry and didn't come for Chris when I said he was my favorite superhero casting. I didn't say Gal, so we at least are on this page, Hannah. I said Chris Hemsworth. Okay, look. What's your favorite Muppets movie? Lord, what's like the OG Muppets movie? I don't know. I really like that little 2011 remake. I'm not gonna lie. Muppets Most Wanted was actually fun too. I don't know. If I'm being honest, I don't remember watching a whole lot of the Muppets growing up. Like I watched them, but it was in other things. Like I saw Kermit the Frog in other stuff. Like that. It wasn't he in like a Cinderella remake? Like in the 90s too. Yeah, I just remember Kermit popping up in a bunch of other random stuff. Or Miss Piggy just being in random-ish all the time. So, yeah. How could you forget the naked lunch? Look, this is another one I'm gonna have to put down. We were talking about thirst. Oh, that was the other sex. That sex movie. Hold on. I gotta see what Luke told me to watch earlier in the stream. I just remember it was about sex. Sex. But I've never even heard of the naked lunch. Never even heard of it, sir. So I'm gonna have to write it down on the list. All right, now that we've talked about 90s movies, what were y'all favorite shows from the 90s? Because this is back when I was really into TV. I've kind of come back to television. If you know me, you know my past. I've never been like huge TV. I've always preferred movies for the longest. And then Game of Thrones came through and wrecked my soul. I'm still jaded years and years and years later. What is this? 4 years now? It damn sure is. In May, it's going to be 4 years since that season finale. And I'm still bitter and angry about it. And I don't know if I'll ever get over it. I pretty much took at least a year off of television. I canceled the HBO and said, "Don't ever look at me again, HBO. Do you hear me?" And I didn't want to watch a damn thing that had to do with TV after Game of Thrones. But I'm coming back. I've got a few shows here and there that I'm sprinkling. But the 90s, now that's when I was in to TV. Okay. That's when I was, I was a child. I was turning on that Cartoon Network. I was turning on this here Nickelodeon. I was dipping it and doing it and watching my things. Okay. Now, if we're counting the Golden Girls, because it ended in the 90s, hello. The Nanny. Ooh, I love the nanny, y'all. Now, Fran acts a little bit crazy these days sometimes. Some of that Vex talk she does, well, it's questionable. But Fran Drescher of the 90s, same thing. Oh, God, I hate to admit it because she's lost her damn mind. I loved Roseanne, the show. I'm sorry, I have to say it. Growing up, Roseanne was my ish. When we're talking cartoons, all my jams. Rugrats, obviously. Pokemon, hello. And now that that's coming to an end, did y'all know this? We're about to be done with Ash Ketchum and Pikachu's adventure in Pokemon. Listen, I know it's had a good run. It's been on for damn near as long as I've been alive, but they're about to be done. I'm sad about it. But yes, Pokemon, hello. Xena Warrior Princess, duh. X-Men, the animated series, duh. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, duh. See what y'all are saying. Sabrina, hello. 6 feet under. Hannah, I told you we taking the way back machine, ma'am. Like, you see, Hannah's just like, you know what? 2001 is the 90s culture, okay? Ma'am, we're talking 90s, not 2001. Before your time, Hannah, you got to stretch it back a little bit further, even, Miss Thing. It's true. Last of Us has healed me with HBO. Because honestly, I mean, I still didn't watch any. I don't watch White Lotus. I only see the scenes I need to see in White Lotus. You got me. You know what I'm talking about. But I don't watch that Euphoria. Same thing. I see what I need to see, and that's it. I don't watch that Barry. I don't watch nothing else on no HBO Max. Yeah, that's true. That's no. Until obviously House of the Dragon came around, and well, here I am again, back in Westeros. Mm, 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 mm. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, yes. See, we're on the same page with that Buffy, Tyler. Sailor Moon, hello, Jackie. If you didn't say Sailor Moon, girl, come on. Batman, oh, yes, Batman the Animated Series. Darkwing Duck, oh, I love Darkwing Duck. The Wonder Years, okay. So that's kind of like a Golden Girl situation, right? Started in the 80s and went off to the 90s. Oh, X Files. Come on now. Everybody loves some X Files. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure, right? Boy Meets World was 90s. Regardless, I loved Boy Meets World. Thank you, Upside Down Dan, or Upside Dan. Child, I was about to give you a new name, the Upside Down Dan. But thank you so much for dropping in. We're talking our favorite TV from the 90s. Ooh, here we go. Here's the classic. Y'all, when I tell you my favorite show on, what was it, Cartoon Network, was Dexter's Lab. I loved Dexter's Lab growing up. That was like my show, okay? I loved Courage the Cowardly Dog. I loved Dexter's Lab. I loved Rocket Power. Um, ooh, there were so many good shows. I'm like, let me take a look at my shirt. Ren and Stimpy. Come on now. Listen, this might be blasphemous, but I wasn't too much for that Hey Arnold. Okay, I'm sorry. Jackie, we might be meeting him soon. How about some Blues Clues? The OG Blues Clues. Okay. um Lord, I'm like, what was the other ish that I used to be watching growing up like this? Lizzie McGuire, no, did that start in 2000 or 99? I can't even remember, y'all. I'm too damn old. Oh, Fave, Sailor Moon character. I mean, who doesn't love Tuxedo Mask, darling? Or obviously Sailor Moon herself. But Jackie was the Sailor Moon aficionado of the group. Okay, I was all about that Pokemon life. I watched my fair share of Sailor Moon early on, but it wasn't what it was all about for me. The ultimate 90s classic power. I mean, come on now. No, no, no. No, no, no. We ain't talking about that one. We talking about the little boy. Dee Dee in the lab. Okay. Oh, not the Arthur. Got that little clenched fist. Now tell me why Pedro Pascal was channeling Arthur on that damn Mandalorian red carpet. Ooh, I loved Are You Afraid of the Dark? That's a good one. I loved it. I loved Goosebumps. I loved all them little like kind of scary shows on Nickelodeon back in the day. Uh I told you, I was like a little horror nut. You understand me? I was a horror freak as a small child. So any little taste of the horror I could get, I was snatching it up. You know what else I used to love? But actually, this was one of the few things that actually scared me a little bit was It with Tim Curry. I loved that mess as a child. But particularly It Chapter 1, the first we used to have Hannah. I know you don't know anything about this, man, but we used to have these things called VHS tapes. Okay, before there was DVD, before we had 4K, Blu-ray, all this, we had the tapes, and we had It on VHS, and I that first tape, woo, creeped me out as a child with him. So no, that was one of the few things that kind of freaked me out on clowns in general. Okay, Full House, I see here. Everybody loves a little bit of Full House. I mean, come on. We all loved Beavis and Butthead. Tailspin. Now, did you like? I know we're jumping ahead now. Did you like the new Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers? The new movie that just came out last year. I thought it was surprisingly good. The haunted mask from Goosebumps had me scared. Listen. Oh, I love them little Goosebumps episode. Hannah girl, he was in his Arthur era, okay? He was living his Arthur fantasy on the red carpet. I did love Captain Planet as well. They really went in that environmentalism route. This is why I'm a vegan now. This is why I am all about animals and saving animals. Them 90s, they love to try to get us to care about the environment. I don't know how much it worked, but it at least instilled the love for animals in me because I was all about Free Willy. A funny story about me, look, especially after that first Free Willy, that was probably one of my other like ultimate favorite movies growing up. I used to one, that Michael Jackson song that played over the end credits of Free Willy was a bop to me. It was what I was all about as a small kid. I knew the words. I knew I had a little dance. But the most ridiculous thing was that I used to, during those credits, they show, real life footage of orcas jumping and breaching and all that fun jazz. Child, tell me why, as a small child, I would be jumping over the couch, pretending I was goddamn Willie myself, thinking I was living my greatest orca fantasy. So we had Michael Jackson, turned up the volume, it was blaring, and I was over here dipping and doing it, jumping over the couch, thinking I was freeing myself. Ooh, too much. I was too much as a kid. I mean, what's changed? I'm still too damn much. Let's be honest. Johnny Bravo. Look, I think I need to go back and rewatch Johnny Bravo because there's some stuff with Johnny Bravo that I think just kind of went over my head when I was growing up that I couldn't appreciate it like I should. Batman, we were all about that Batman life back in the day. The original Tom and Jerry. Oh, shoot, the little OG. I mean, that obviously that predates the 90s. That's for sure. But, ooh. All right, now, y'all. If you know me, you already know the answer to this question. Favorite groups or bands, favorite music from the 90s? Who was doing the damn thing when it came to the music scene in the 90s? Now, if you've even had a passing talk with me, you already know who my pick is. and that's Miss Britney Spears. Britney Spears in 1998 changed the trajectory of my entire life. I was a changed small child in those years with Miss Britney Spears coming on. I saw that damn baby hit me baby one more time music video, and I didn't know what life was anymore. I was questioning my entire existence up until that point. I fell in love immediately upon viewing, and I'm still a fan to this day. I still love Britney. I still worship the damn ground Britney Spears walks on type of ish. Yeah, I'm a stan. I'm like an OG stan, okay? Before we even called them stans, that was me as like a little 7-year-old in my living room. Um, TLC was another favorite. Y'all, TLC is in the regular rotation for me. All of it. All the whole discography is just iconic, amazing, wonderful, perfection. Oh, not the Pearl Jam. Ooh, Pearl Jam, obviously a classic. Yes, yes, yes. We had who? Spice Girls doing it. In Vogue. Oh no. For me, it was over for Miss In Vogue. Okay. I love see, it's like my parents, they had me listening to growing up, I was listening to some mess. Y'all, like not mess, but I was listening to the old ish. Obviously, she wasn't just in the 90s, but I'm gonna go ahead and say my queen, my cumbia queen, Miss Selena. And no small children, we ain't talking about the Gomez, okay? We talking about the OG Latina queen, Miss Selena. Loved her in the 90s. My dad had me growing up on her, actually. Obviously, I was pretty young when, Yolanda's treacherous ass took place, but it is what it is. Spice Girls, if you were growing up in the 90s, Spice Girls were a bop. They took over the scene and really kind of opened up that door for Britney to come in and swoop and snatch the whole pop game when she did. But I mean, really, I loved the boy bands. I loved both NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. I was never divided on one or the other. No, I liked them both. I'm like, shit, Tupac, obviously. Ooh, did y'all see that interview where Michael B. Jordan had the nerve to open his mouth and say that Drake was his pick for the greatest rapper of all time? Jonathan Majors looked at him like he had two freaking heads, and I don't blame him, because I might have want to bop Michael B. Jordan upon the head if he said that in my presence. Dwayne, don't be getting no ideas. To say Drake is in the conversation for best rapper of all time is treacherous. Jail. Straight to jail. Lock him up and don't let him out. Throw the key away. Oof. Mm-mm. Oh, all right. We got some Beastie Boys, some Rage Against, Beck. Well, of course, Enter Sandman, Metallica. Clearly a classic as well. All classics. I mean, come on now. I'm like, damn, the 90s was a weird. When it comes to music, it was quite the weird decade, actually, because so many different genres took like the center stage throughout the decade. I mean, it really had huge swings in popularity. Obviously Mariah Carey, when I'm talking about 90s and who I love, Mariah has to be brought up. I mean, she was the moment for most of the 90s. Let's just say that. Nirvana, obviously, but when it comes to grunge, I was like hit or miss, especially as growing up, I wasn't all about that grunge life. I was like, what is all this mess? And I only come to appreciate it a little bit more as I grew older. But I loved Alanis back in the day. I loved Fiona Apple. Come on now. We all loved us, those moody girls of the mid 90s. And then Alanis could never recapture the moodiness and kind of went down a much happier tone and nobody wanted to hear it. Ain't that horrible? We love us a miserable, struggling artist, and as soon as they get happy and want to try something different, the audience is like, "Beach, I'm in my depressed, angry era. I'm not here for all this happy sunshine bullish." So, good for you. I'm glad you're happy, but keep it to yourself. But oh, the '90s, Lord have mercy. But now we have stuff like in Megan. We have that little Furby wannabe. I forgot what they were called in Megan. Those little ones with those weird teeth that have those little glow butts and all that bullish. No, that was too much. Everyone with Lord. Oop. Look, I'm just saying. Larry just described a. Listen, I'm telling y'all, it's what we do. We're like, if Billie Eilish tomorrow released a like super happy album, would anyone care? Would anyone move for a super happy Billie Eilish? If Adele stopped singing the heartbreak, is her career going to take a plunge? We'll see. Oh, now we're fighting over the Paramore. See, Tyler, the folks are back. The folks are back with the Paramore life now, Tyler. That new album has the girls back in line for Paramore. All right, what are the best, not from the 90s, just period, favorite soundtrack songs of all time? Some favorite soundtrack songs that were written for movies. Best original songs, if you will. Not from a musical. Take the musicals off the board. Just those classic songs written for the credits or written for a random scene in the movie or whatever, but non-musical soundtrack songs. Because we're talking about Paramore. They had an iconic one, Hello, from Twilight. There, see, here goes Hannah. Here goes Hannah. I knew Decode would be coming up. Obviously, My Heart Will Go On. Yes, the 90s had some of the biggest in this area too, with My Heart Will Go On, and obviously I Will Always Love You, dominating. Both of those songs just like dominated the damn charts. We got some Aerosmith, some Don't Want to Miss a Damn Thing in the 90s. Let me think. What would I say are like my favorites? I do love My Heart Will Go On, and I Will Always Love You. Obviously, I love me a good, powerful diva moment. You know that. Now, Hannah. Girl. Look, how we going to talk about like the most iconic music from film of all time? And this is what Hannah says in the chat. Mm-hmm. Now, this, on the other hand, no. listen. Now we talking. No, don't nobody know no damn new perspective except us real. The folks who were with Panic were with Panic. The rest of the world was like, what the hell is a new perspective from a damn Panic at the Disco? Now listen. Oh. Obviously, Somewhere Over the Rainbow is up there. I'm like, damn. I did a whole tournament about this one too. Ooh. We did a whole tournament about best original songs from film. And what ended up winning that? I think it was damn like the one from Rocky, the Rocky montage song that's like blanking in my head. I think that won our whole day. Eye of the Tiger, maybe actually, is the one that won, which I think is a choice, but I got outvoted. So, but it's good. It's iconic. It's not my favorite, but the rest of the panel, they wanted some Eye of the Tiger. They were hyped. They wanted to hit the damn gym. Oh Lord, not the damn Ashes. The damn Celine Dion. Rolling Stones ain't never seen nor heard of in Ashes or My Heart Will Go On. They saw Celine Dion, kept it pushing, put their head down, and kept on walking right by. Okay. Ooh, listen, Mystery of Love and oh look, see, Mystery of Love and Visions of Gideon. When I tell you, those both of those songs stay in the damn sad boys vibe rotation. Never leave. Those two songs, oh, perfection. Perfection. Maniac. Hello. Mm, I don't know what this is. This green slime. Mm-mm. I'm not too sure what we're talking about here. You're making me think of Nickelodeon once more with this green slime talk. We're back to the Nick and Night. Well, not Nick and Night. Nick during the day tease. Oops, Skyfall. How could I forget about Mother? Shirley Bassey with Goldfinger. Yes, darling. Yes, my personal favorite Bond theme still to this day. I also love Diamonds Are Forever. Really, anything Shirley Bassey. Come on. We love Shirley Bassey around these parts, okay? Um, Especially in recent times. You know, I don't know. Some of these new ones, though, what are we doing? What are we really doing? Like, ah, the 90s or the 2000s, I was going to say. The 2000s were not a great time for best original songs. I mean, we had what? Lose Yourself from 8 Mile. Um, but really, what else was going on in the 2000s when it came to best original song? Yeah. Mm-mm. But yeah, I don't know. What about like favorite horror theme? I mean, it has to be Halloween. Whom I can. We don't even need to talk about that. It's Halloween. Period. Point blank. Move on to the next. Uh, Next question. We don't need to know what y'all think on that one. It's Halloween, and I'll hear nothing else. Best. Oh, here's one. Okay, best superhero theme of all time. Who we throwing out there when it comes to? Let's keep it in film, I guess, because like, well, no, we could throw in the others too, because let's just be real. We gonna throw in the X-Men classic from the 90s. That damn theme slaps, y'all. That 90s animated show for the X-Men, that, oh, too good. Too good. Also, I love, obviously, the Avengers suite from the Avengers and all subsequent Avengers films. The latest Batman theme. Listen, Michael Giacchino, he left no crumbs with that new Batman theme. Too bad the Academy just also did this when they were picking Best Original Score, pretended they didn't see nor hear of a Michael Giacchino in the Batman. Also, I love the OG Danny Elfman Batman theme. For me, oh, that theme is so good. It just evokes Batman to me. It's dramatic. It has that sense of like campy flair to it that only Danny Elfman can bring to the music. And I just probably why I loved seeing Michael Keaton's Batman in They Who Shall Not Be Named Flash movie. Now listen, Tyler, we're not talking about no damn hero. We're talking about original score, also Danny Elfman. We can talk about Spider-Man's theme. See, here we go. Spider-Man. Yes. Now, Hannah, the question is, do you like the MCU Spider-Man themes? I think he's had a couple, really. Ooh, speaking of MCU, that Eternals theme. Hey, my boy Ramin Djawadi. Yes, that Eternals theme hit, y'all. I will hear nothing of the sort against it. Okay. Um Now you just talking about like some damn Black Sabbath Is that what we're doing here? Or you talk about the theme from that first Iron Man? Honestly, I think Iron Man 3 has the best original score of the Iron Man movies. Um, ooh, woo! Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That damn Wonder Woman theme when she enters that damn electric cello on fire. Okay, and you know, Hannah, we already let you get away with that Henry Cavill shade. Don't start now, biche. Okay. I also love the X2 theme, like the X-Men theme from that starts in X2 and goes forward. I think is great. Ooh, there's been some good ones. Obviously, the iconic Superman theme, "Hello" from the Christopher Reeves movies, is Superman incarnate. Let's just call it what it is, you know. Um, and a big reason I think the Henry Cavill interpretation just was never able to fully take off is how great those ones captured hope specifically. First class score is so good. It is. It's good. I mean, the X-Men movies actually did have really good scores, I would say, in general. Another underrated component of those films. You finally snapped. Well, I mean, is this theoretically or is this really what's happening in my life? You know, you finally snapped and you're on a rampage. What song is running through your head? Probably Move Bitch by Ludacris. Either that or Get Back by Ludacris. Listen, when I was going to the gym, I know it's been a long time, y'all. In college, I was going literally like 4 to 5 times a week. And when I was in there, that damn Ludacris from the early 2000s was the playlist. Okay, that is what I am listening to and rampaging to. It gives me hype. I'm ready to beat some ass. So that's what it is. It's suddenly we've got Ludacris from the early 2000s jumping out if I'm going on a rampage. So pick your poison. Pick your poison. It could be really anything. But now, Hannah. Oh, oh no, not Kill This Love. Recently, somebody did a lip sync to that on Drag Race that was very lackluster. Okay, so Kill This Love got a little bit tainted in my mind because of this kind of mid lip sync from RuPaul's Drag Race. Now, are we all ready for this finale? For The Last of Us Sunday, late, Hannah, late Sunday night. Are we all ready for the finale? Because are we all ready for the Oscars? That's the next question. Are we ready for an EEAAO sweep Sunday night, y'all? Because I tell you what, if something happens and Everything Everywhere loses Best Picture by some miracle, we're gonna be raging in my recap and review of the Academy Awards. That might be the angriest, most distraught you'll see me in an Academy Award discussion. Um, if EEAAO loses that damn Best Picture, yeah. The only other, I'm not, oh God, this award show is actually going to kill me. I love you, Kate Blanchett. I love you. But honestly, I think it's for the best, ma'am, that you ask your friends not to vote for you. Listen, step aside, Kate, okay? Jamie Lee, girl, I know you want this damn Oscar like it's your firstborn child, but you need to step to the side as well, ma'am. I mean, it's not bad. It's just okay. Ooh, I don't know about this finale, y'all. I'm probably gonna have to be fighting Hannah on camera. I can feel it in my bones. There's about to be a turn in me when it comes to The Last of Us. I'm about to turn. I can feel it. Ooh, see, now listen. That's the problem. The shows, here's the thing. You just leave us on some mess and then be like, oh, we haven't even started filming or nothing. So we still have to go through all the production and all this time. So you have at least 2 years till our next season. What? No, 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 no. You can't just drop bombs on us in finales and then leave the audience just chilling here for years. Years afterward. Like that House of the Dragon mess. HBO, you knew damn well you were going to renew House of the Dragon for season 2. I mean, I guess maybe you didn't because, well, season 8 might have got you shook. Same thing with The Last of Us. Like, was there anyone out there who really thought The Last of Us wasn't going to do at least really well? And nobody, I don't think anyone thought it was going to do the numbers it's doing, but I think we all kind of had an inkling it was going to do good. It was gonna be a hit for HBO. Why didn't we have this shit ready to roll, y'all? Like, oh, this is why I can't. This is why I can't stand no damn television. Like, look, I know movies do it too. Okay, I know films do this exact same thing, but for some reason, it feels more palatable in a film than in a TV show. Woo! I didn't have to, but imagine how everyone felt. Well, let me see what kind of look. I'll have to see what the cliffhanger is because if they left y'all on a cliffhanger in a video game, that seems like too much. Really, in a video game. Look, the other day I just got a new bed. Hey, got a new bed for my birthday. The frame because my old one. Look, I was trying to follow those IKEA instructions and it wasn't working. So that old bed was a rickety mess and it was all my own fault for trying to put it together by myself and flopping. Failure. Epic failure putting that bed together by myself. So desperately needed a new one. So I just got a new little bed, new nice little frame. Not just a frame. Look, some of y'all raggedy bitches, you just be putting a damn one of those little just frames that have only the little metal legs and the base, and y'all just be flopping a damn board and your mattress on that and calling it a bed. No, 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 no. We got the headboard. It's a nice wood headboard. These cute little lights. It's the whole deal. It's the whole deal. We don't play that. Just throw the mattress on the ground and call it good. But when I was moving stuff around, taking out the old so the new can come in, tell me why I found The Last of Us. I ain't never played that game a single millisecond of my life. I didn't even know I owned that game. I had no idea it was actually in my possession for who knows how long. And while I'm moving stuff around, what falls out the crevices? The goddamn Last of Us. I could have been in on all this hype and foolery and hoopla, holla, hoo, yaba that's been going on for all these years. Now, granted, will I still play the game? Well, but I'm over here watching this show, blind and ish, which is probably for the best. We need one who knows and one who doesn't. That's the best format, I think. But bitch, I was shooketh when I got that damn Last of Us game and it was actually just right there on the PlayStation 4. Yeah, that's right. I haven't gotten a PlayStation 5. I have not. And I don't know if I will be getting a PS5 or not ever because I already have my little 4K Blu-ray, 4K player separate. And the reason I'd be buying a PS5 would probably be for the 4K, capabilities. But I already have that separate, so I don't know if I need it. And when I game, that's why I tell people I play some Madden, play a little bit of Madden, some NFL. I play a lot of NASCAR. That's right. I said it. I like racing games, and I'm a NASCAR person. It is what it is. I play some tennis games. And that's it. Okay. Now, back in the day, I used to get down on some Spyro, some Crash Bandicoot, some damn Frogger. I used to love being a damn frog, hopping on boards and shit. But these days, Lord, I can't even remember the last time I picked up that controller to do anything but put on a movie. I'ma just say it. So no, I probably won't be getting a PlayStation 5 anytime. At the very least, I'll wait for the 6 at this point. Mm-mm-mm. I probably won't be playing The Last of Us, even after I just watched the whole first season of TV. Mm-mm-mm. I also found Uncharted, I think the fourth one. I'm still living in bliss that Tom Holland is the one and only Nathan Drake. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's my Nathan Drake. I said it. I said it. Anyway, I just went off on this whole damn tangent about a goddamn bed and some fucking PlayStation. Lord have mercy. But, oh no, see. You see. Now, Hannah and Dwayne had me about ready to dip out. We'll see how this finale goes, but look, I might be one and done with The Last of Us. Let's see if I can just watch season 1 and never come back for season 2. It might just be Hannah having her own little live special on the channel. I'll keep the reaction, but it'll just be Hannah because depending on what the hell kind of F-ish gets pulled in this finale, look, y'all may not see me ever again when it comes to The Last of Us. Look, I need to see the signs early. Okay, that's what I learned. Well, Game of Thrones is still would have screwed me, but going through that experience, I need to be looking for any little cracks in the crevices that I can find quickly so that 10 years down the line, I'm not burned and pissed for the rest of my life. Lord. You see this? Look, so okay, maybe even better, more dramatic, more dramatic. I'll be like dipping in and doing it at the end of season 1 and be like, okay, yes. And then season 2, episode 1, after that, y'all won't see or hear from me again. I'll walk off the camera. There will be no post episode discussion, and you'll never see a reaction here again from me. Mm-hmm. Hannah will be by herself high and dry. Quickly. Do you understand? Quickly. Oh, you see how she had to put genuinely? Because she knows, my demented heart wants Ellie to die, but that's only really because Hannah loves her. Like, I don't really want Ellie to die, but I need it just because Hannah, you know. Really, I don't even know how I want to. That's why I think I'll be okay. I think I'll be okay with the finale because I don't really have like a set expectation that I need or want. So I think we're going to be okay with whatever really they throw at that finale. Unless it's just total dog shit. Like, unless they just, I don't know, unless the screenplay is just so wretched that I'm like, what kind of CW am I watching now? Like, no. But other than that, I think I'll be okay. Yeah, I don't know how I want it to end. Good? Quality? Is that an appropriate answer for how I want this mess to end? Lord have mercy. No, if they don't look, I guess we need to find that's it. They need to end this story. Like, the only thing that needs to happen is they need to end this story of finding the fireflies. So one way or another, I need them to wrap that up. Like, so season 2 starts us on at least a second part of that journey to where we're not still just searching for fireflies to hand her over for the cure. Like, we need a definitive yes, no, they're dead, they're gone, they're evil, they're this. I just need a definitive answer about these damn fireflies that we've been chasing across the whole freaking country. Okay? That's what needs to happen. Good things happening. Well, Lord, that's probably why I've been enjoying season 1. It's full of heartbreak and despair. That's my kind of entertainment. All that happy-ish. Listen, well, Heartstopper. Heartstopper, come here, baby. You're safe. Heartstopper is the only pure happiness I can accept in my entertainment. Everything else, I need the heartbreak, I need the despair, I need death, I need sadness, I need trauma. Okay? That's what I need in my life. Now, when it comes to the writers, like actually coming at me with the trauma, Game of Thrones, season 7 and 8, when the writers are like, we're going to actually target you specifically, not, trauma to the character. No, no, no. That I don't want. Just, give my black heart stuff it can feed on. That's what I live for. But whew, I'm nervous and I'm excited. I'm excited to make Hannah wait like an extra 2 little hours to watch the finale. That's as close as I'm gonna get to getting to watch Hannah have a mental breakdown over them doing something. I get to like kind of push her to a mental breakdown before we even watch the finale. That's like the only solace I can take in life. That's it, because we're not getting any kind of changes that are pushing her over the edge. So, I'm just going to have to accept this. I'll never get over that moment in WandaVision that was just like my favorite moment of life, was the face crack of the whole damn series when Evan Peters was revealed to be nobody. And just seeing her try to keep that shit together, like trying and failing so hard to keep some sort of composure. Because she was so mother effing pissed. Oh my. You see, some of these other reactors, I don't know if you've been watching them. Some of these other reactors aren't going to be able to make it. They're not cut out for this. What's her name? The big one, Natalie Gold. She's watching, and she literally is like, I hate shows like this. She been watching season 1 of The Last of Us, and she straight up, after I think it was after episode 5, oh my god, the Sam and Henry, she said, I hate shows like this. This is not entertainment for me. I can't do it. Girl, she ain't gonna survive no season 2 if that's what y'all are describing. There's plenty of people who are talking about this ish is breaking my whole soul. So how they gonna make it through that? Yeah, we'll see, I guess. But, we'll see. Maybe they'll change some things up in season 2 and really watch the meltdown happen. I need, let me not say that, because if I say I need a good meltdown, it's going to end up being like my effing Top Gun Maverick upsets EEAAO for Best Picture, and I'm going to be part of the meltdown. So let me not jinx things, because I don't need just any old meltdown. I don't want to be part of the meltdown. I just want to observe, just observe. So, give me a The Last of Us meltdown, please. I've been begging for 8 weeks now. Give it to me. All right, y'all. Well, it's been fun. We've been all over the board. We talked about the 90s. We talked about female characters. We talked about my damn new bed and my PlayStation. With a lot of discussion of The Last of Us in between. I want to thank everyone so much for chilling with me on my birthday. My birthday. It's my birthday. As I said, it's a Wednesday. So I thought, why not hit the live button? What the hell else am I going to do on a Wednesday night when I got to be up early as if on a Thursday morning? That's right. They got me. I got to be to work at 5:50 tomorrow morning. That's the kind of mess that got pulled on me. So I gotta be awake too early to be even doing anything tonight. So thanks for keeping me entertained for a little over an hour, a little hour and a half live stream. Hey, talking about all of this. Hannah. Hannah and Tyler over here scaring me as much as Hannah and Dwayne were for this damn Last of Us. I'm telling y'all, I'm about to be running for the hills. I'm gonna have my running shoes on for this finale, because if it turns sideways, you're gonna see me book it off the damn camera. Okay? But that was My little birthday live stream, talking about some of our fave things, some 90s, some horror. It's been a good time. Now I need to eat some damn dinner, eat some food, and then I'm gonna get into this little vegan ho-oh cupcake that I got. I also got some vegan soft serve, but you already know that's gone. That's long gone. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. Yes. Well, that's right. We're doing the vegan treats on the birthday. But I love you all so much for your continued support of me and my channel. I love you all, and I hope you all feel the love from me. Yes, even when I'm roasting that ass, that's my way of saying I love you, okay? But I love you all for the love you showed to me as well. It is felt and appreciated. And here we go, though. Another year. It's always a fun time for depressed folks to realize, wow, I've been on Earth another year. And here we go with another one. When does this ride end? Anyway, I'll catch you all on the next one. Thanks for stopping in. Mwah. Bye.